Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are doing well. So today's lecture is about the formation of image in convex mirror. In last three lectures, what we have discussed, in the first lecture we discussed about the basics of light and the reflection, and then we discussed about the laws of reflection. In the second lecture we discuss about the application of reflection, that is the application in mirror. It's what will be the reflected rays when an incident ray is given. So we discuss about the path of reflected ray for different incident rays. In the next lecture or third lecture we discussed about the formation of image in concave mirror. Okay, and let me remind you, the formation of image is nothing but the intersection of reflected rays. Okay, so in this lecture we will discuss about the formation of image in convex mirror. Okay, so in concave mirror, as we had discussed, most of the time the reflected rays are actually converging towards each other, that means moving towards each other, and they will meet at one point. Most of the time, not always, but most of the time. So there is a real point of intersection. Okay, but in case of convex mirror, that is not going to happen, and we have to extend the reflected ray in opposite direction of the opposite direction, that is behind the mirror, to get the intersection point. This is the basic concept of convex mirror in the formation of image in convex mirror, and we have to remember that. So we will see that. So there will be two cases of formation of image. Okay, there will be two cases of, see, most of the time we will find some question from this lecture. Okay, we will see numerical, whenever we will find numerical problem, then most of the time the numerical problem will be from this lecture, remember. Okay, so and this is the last lecture on reflection part. So formation of image in convex mirror we are going, so there we will consider two cases. One is the case one, when the image is at infinity, and this is the convex mirror, this is the convex mirror, this is the, and when image, and when, sorry, the object is at infinity, not image, object is at infinity. When the object is at infinity, and as we have discussed in the concave mirror, all the incident ray will be parallel to the principal axis. Now these two, this one and this one, both are incident ray. And what will be the, if these are incident ray parallel to the principal axis, as we have discussed, the reflected ray will appear to originating from the focus behind the mirror. See, as we have discussed, this is the principal axis and this is the focus. Okay, this is the focus behind the mirror. So this is the, if you see, this is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray corresponding to this incident ray. So it will appear to pass originating from this point. Similarly, this reflected ray will appear to be originating from this reflected ray. That means these two reflected rays are originating and intersecting at this point. That means the image is formed at principal focus behind the mirror, and it is highly diminished. Why? Because the intersection point is almost formed on the principal axis. So the distance between the principal axis and the point of intersection is almost zero. Okay, that's why the image is highly diminished. Now going to the whether it is virtual or real, as I have discussed, as I have told you in TCP lecture 2 and lecture 3, that when the image, when the reflected rays are intersecting in real, and they are actually intersecting, then the image is real image. When they are not intersecting anywhere, and we assume somewhere they will intersect, okay, we assume, okay, but that is not the real case. Okay, that like here, our brain will imagine, okay, our brain will imagine that point, virtual point, where the reflected rays are intersecting. So that's why it is the virtual image form. Okay, and it will be erect image. That means the object, the direction of the image will be in this direction. That will you can see an example in the next slide, because it is the image is highly diminished, so I can't show you, but in the next case I can show you. See here, the object is between the infinity and the pole. Okay, so this is the pole. Okay, this is the pole. So now object is here. So as I have discussed many times, always consider one incident ray parallel to the principal axis. We need two incident ray, and we will get two reflected ray correspond to those two incident rays, and then we will find the point of intersection. So out of those two incident ray, one incident ray will always be parallel to the principal axis. When the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, now if you see, as we have discussed, the reflected ray is going in this direction will appear to be originating from the focus, as we discussed in the last slide also. Okay, so now this is one incident ray, and another incident ray, let us consider, is likely appearing coming from the center of curvature. It is not actually coming from the center of curvature, but if we extend in this direction, this one, so this is the center of curvature, this is the focus, this is the center of curvature. So what will be the reflected ray? Reflected ray will follow this path, and this will follow the reflected ray will follow that path. So there will be a point of intersection between the pole and the focus. Now what is the image? See, the image is in this direction. Where is the image? Image is between the pole and the focus. Okay, so the image is found behind the mirror, but not only behind the mirror and between the pole and the focus. Remember this part, I have not mentioned here, but remember the image is found between the pole and the focus and behind the mirror, because it is convex mirror. So the focus and center of curvature are all behind the mirror, and it is diminished because it is smaller than the object. You can see here it is really virtual, because the reflected rays are not actually meeting anywhere. But if we extend in opposite direction, then we find the image of this is the intersection point. This is not really happening, but our brain can imagine and our eye can see that. That's why it is virtual. Okay, it is erect because the direction of the object and the direction of the image are same. Okay, so the image is erect. Got it? Now next, these are the two cases in convex mirror. Whereas as concave mirror we had a discussion about 6 cases. And what are the other cases? Can be between the pole and the focus. Is not possible because focus and center of curvature all are behind the mirror. So it is not possible to keep the image there. That's why there are only 2 cases in case of convex mirror. One is when the object is at infinity, and second case when the object is at in between the infinity and the pole. We can't keep object anywhere here behind the mirror. That's why it is not possible to discuss any other cases. Okay. Now, as I had a discussion with you that whenever you are analyzing the image formation on a concave mirror or convex mirror, or you can say spherical mirror, you will always consider XY graph. Okay, always consider XY graph. So if XY graph, this is the position, right? This is the position. The X line, this is the X line. Okay, X line corresponds to position. X line corresponds to position, and what is the Y line? Y line corresponds to height. Okay, y direction corresponds to height. So now whenever, and this is the pole. Okay, O, or you can say this is pole. Okay, now whenever anything is in the right hand direction, that this is the mirror, or you can say behind the mirror, any point behind the mirror will be positive. This will be positive, and anything in front of the mirror, that will be negative. Okay, that distance, since we are talking about the position, that means we are talking about the distance. That distance will be negative in the front of the mirror, because this is the mirror, and this will be front side, this will be front side, and this will be back side of the mirror. So back side mirror will be positive, and in front of the mirror will be negative. That means, as you know, we always keep the object in front of the mirror. That means the distance of the object will be always negative. Okay, the distance of the object will always be negative. And if the object and what will be the height of the object, if it is in upward direction, then it will be positive, and if it is in the downward direction, then it will be negative. Okay, so that depends on this for both the object and the image. Okay, so what are the points in the Cartesian sign convention of spherical mirror? Point number 1, the object is always placed on the left of the mirror, and light from the object falls from the left to the right. That I had already discussed. Okay, all object, if this is the pole, this is the pole, sorry, this is the mirror, and this is the pole. Object is always from this side, always in this side, and light will come from left to right, always. Okay, and what is the second point? All distance parallel to the principal axis are measured from the pole. That I have already discussed, because this is pole and pole is considered as origin. So all distance parallel to the principal axis are measured from the pole. All distance measured to the right of the pole are taken positive, that I have discussed, and all distance measured to the left of the pole are taken as negative. And then I talked about the height. So the height measured in upward direction perpendicular to the principal axis is taken as positive, and the opposite is negative. This part I have discussed, and this is very easy for you to understand, because it is nothing but the analysis of XY graph. Okay, now going to the next point. Here I have discussed with the diagram. So this is your mirror, this is your pole, this is your pole. Okay, distance towards right is positive. Okay, distance towards left is negative. Height upward is positive, and height downward is negative. Okay, and the direction of incident light is always coming from left to right. Okay, and object is on the left. Remember, if the examiner asked you to describe the new Cartesian sign convention of spherical mirror, then remember, you have to write all those points, all these 6 points. Okay, along with that, you have to draw this image, this diagram. Okay, if you miss anything, then your mark will be deducted. Okay. Okay, then that is called mirror formula for spherical mirror. What is the objective of mirror formula? Okay, what is the objective of mirror formula? Till now, we have discussed the image formation. Okay, for a given object, when we are analyzing the image formation, we are actually giving the range of where the image can be formed. We are not giving any actual distance from the pole. We are saying, okay, if this is the pole, okay, suppose this is central curvature, and this is focus. Whatever we have discussed till now is nothing but somewhere here the object image can be formed, somewhere here the image can be formed, or image can. So we are not giving the actual distance from the pole. Okay, actual distance, we are not giving the actual distance from the pole. So the image formula actually helps us in calculating the actual distance. Okay, so the mirror formula, spherical mirror, is the relationship between the object distance, and object distance is considered as u, the image distance denoted as v, and the focal length f. Okay, so what is the mirror formula? Now 1 upon v, the reciprocal sum of the reciprocal relation. That means 1 upon v plus 1 upon u is equal to 1 upon f. Okay, and see, if any two of these three are given, any two, then you can find the third part. Okay, so now here you are discussing about the actual value, right? Numerical value. Earlier we had discussing about the range where the image can be found in between this point, okay, somewhere in between this point, in these 2 points. So now what we are doing, we are actually calculating the real distance, okay, with numerical value. For example, and another point, this is the distance we are getting, and the same suppose given the object distance is given, this is the object distance, and focal length is given, you can find the where the image will be formed, where the image will be formed, suppose here. So you can calculate that. Now similarly, height of the object is given, okay, height of the object is given, and the height of the, you can say, image, height of the object is given and height of the image formed. So that means how much magnification is done. That means given, suppose I have a value, suppose 2, and I get some value, suppose 6. I have one value, a is equal to 2, and I have one value, suppose a is equal to 2, a is equal to 2, and b is equal to 6. That means b is 3 times greater than the a. That means b is magnified 3 times as compared to a. Okay, that is the magnification. Okay, so magnification, so we are discussing magnification formula. So magnification for spherical mirror is the ratio of the height of the image to the height of the object. Okay, that is magnification. And magnification can also be termed in, okay, that is m equal height of the, this is the height of the object by height of the image by height of the object, or that can be calculated by the object distance and the image distance, like v upon u. This negative because u is always negative. Remember, u is always negative. Why? U is always in front of the mirror. U is object distance. Okay. Now going to the, let us have a have an example. Okay. So here the example is given: a convex mirror used for rear view on an automobile has a radius of curvature of 3 meters. Okay. So if the question is for convex mirror, so let the convex mirror is this one. So when another point, remember, whenever you are given a question, okay, if see, just using formula you can calculate, but it is always good to express it in image form also. Like suppose if you this distance, the image formation, okay, you can show in the diagram, okay, as well as anyway you have to calculate it numerically, but for a better impression you can draw the diagram. Okay, so you can make it is pole, and what is the rear view automobile has a radius of curvature of 3 meters. What is radius of curvature? As you know, this is the center, so you can write like this. Okay, this is 3 meters. Okay, and then if a boss is located 5 meters from this mirror, okay, the diagram is, I don't have enough space. Let me do it here, then I can remove that. Okay, suppose here this is the convex mirror, and this is the part. Then you can see this is the center of curvature C, and this is 3 meters. Okay, and this is pole. Okay, now what else is going? If a boss is located 5 meters from the mirror, that means it is this is the object, and object is always in front of the mirror. That means here is somewhere, here is the object, suppose. Okay, here is the boss, and what is the distance? The distance is, this one is 5 meter. Remember, always draw this diagram. Okay, now this is, you can say -5 because this is u, because it is in front of the mirror or left side of the Cartesian system. So u is equal to -5. Okay, and object is in this direction. Now what is asked? Find the position. That means where will be image found, nature, size of the image. Okay, now first point, if you see, we can use, we have to find the position of the image. That means u is given, and this is 3m, and this is r, and we know r is equal to 3m. That means here there will be focus. Okay, and this distance, that is the focal length. What will be the focal length? Focal length is equal to r by 2. Okay, so now what is given? R is equal to 3 meter and u is equal to -5, and what we have to find? We have to find the position, that is position of the image, that is v, and size of the image, that is the height, hi. As you have notation, we have notation hi for the height of the image, h0 is the height of the object, v is the distance of the image, u is the distance of the object, and f is the focal length. Okay, so now r is radius of curvature is given, u is given, v we have to find, height you have to find, and nature you have to find. There is nothing like numerical value of the nature, right? Inverted, erect, or virtual, or real. Those things are some terms you have to define. There is like for the object distance and the height of the image, so, or image distance. So those things are numerical value, but nature is always those two terms, either one from the erect and inverted, and another one you have to select between real and virtual. Now, so r is given, u is given, and what is the formula? 1 upon u plus 1 upon v is equal to 1 upon f. F is not given, so we can calculate f from r. Okay, so first point is we have to calculate f from r, as r by 2 is equal to 1.5 meter, and this is the mirror formula you have to use. This is the mirror formula you have to use. So u is given, now you have f, now you can calculate 1 upon v is equal to 1 upon f minus 1 upon u. So 1 upon 1.5, because this is the radius of curvature. Sorry, another point I have done here by mistake. I have considered this is r. Sorry, r will be in this direction, in this side. Okay, center of curvature will be in this side, right? This is because this is convex mirror, so center of curvature will be in this side, and focus also in this side. Okay, so let me erase my mistake here. So sorry. This is the mirror, this is center of curvature, this is focal length, focus, and here is the object. Okay, and this is the pole, and this distance is your r is equal to 3 meter, and this distance u equal to minus 5. Okay, so 1 upon v plus 1 upon u is equal to, here we are discussing 1 upon f minus 1 upon u. Okay, so 1 upon f, so it is in the right hand side, so it will be positive 1.5, and the u is in the front of the mirror, that is in the left side of the Cartesian system, so it will be minus 1.5, and if we calculate g is equal to 1.15. So we got the position. So image is formed at 1.15 meter, 1.15 meter from the pole behind the mirror. That means somewhere this is 3 meter and this is 1.5 meter, this is 1.5 meter. So here somewhere here object will be formed. Okay, now what will be the size? As see, the height of the object, height of the, you can calculate from this point. What is that? Sorry, height of the object. That means if you see here, we have discussed hi upon ho is equal to minus b upon u. Okay, so you have g and you have u, then you can calculate the magnification factor. Okay, so that means if your magnification factor hi upon h naught is equal to minus b upon u, that is the formula. So if you calculate 0.23, then you can write the height of the image, or you can write hi is equal to 0. Let me remove this all those points here. Now you have already understood. 0.23 height of into height of the object. Okay, or okay. So these things you can write as hi is equal to 0.23 h of the object. So what height of the size of the object, you can say the object is 0.23 times, sorry, image is 0.23 times of the object. And what is the nature of the image? So you got it. Okay, what is the nature of the image? It is convex mirror, so it will be virtual and it will be erect. Okay, this is the numerical exam. So you practice many numerical given in a book, and if you find any problem, then let me know, I'll discuss. Then image formed by a plane mirror. Okay, if you see, suppose this is, there will be no curvature here. Okay, so this is the object, this is the object, and this is one incidental parallel to the principal axis. And see, the point is always there will be, this will be perpendicular line. This will, so every point, okay, at every point the principal axis, all the principal axis will means all the normal are parallel to the principal axis. In case of spherical mirror it is not the case, but here all the normal at any point will be parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so if this make an angle, this is an angle, then the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. In that concept we will find this is the point of intersection of these two points. Then let me remove all those. So this is one point of intersection, and another will be, we will consider from this point A. So this is A dash point. Okay, if this is A, what is the corresponding point of the image? So this is A dash, and this is B. Now we have to consider two rays from there. One is parallel to the principal axis, so it is like that, because it is parallel to the principal axis, and the principal axis is this one. Okay, because this is mirror, so this way we can move, and this is another point. So this is the image formation. So what are the like nature of the image and where it is formed? So point is whether it is inverted or erect. It is erect, you can see. Okay, so the upward direction, it is also upward direction. The image is same size as the object. The image is at the same distance from the mirror. So the distance here, this distance and this distance are same. Okay, and the image is virtual because the reflected rays are never meet in reality, so we have to extend behind the mirror. That's why the image is virtual. And the image is laterally inverted because, see, if you see this direction, it is going in from this to here, and but here the direction is coming from this, so that means laterally that is inverted. Okay, that means suppose if you show your finger, or if you stand in front of the mirror, or here you can see this is if this is your right leg, it will look like it's left. If it is right leg, then it will look like left leg in the mirror. Okay, or if it is left leg, that means left will look like right, and right will look like left. So that is laterally inverted. Okay, so what are the application of mirror? So one application is first we will discuss the concave application of concave mirror. So many times this question arises in your exam. So concave mirror are used in torch, searchlight, headlights of the vehicle to get parallel beam of the light. They are used as a saving mirror to see larger image because we need that. And they are in convex mirror, the image is always small. Remember, they are used by dentists to see larger image of the teeth. Large concave mirror are used to concentrate sunlight to produce heat in solar panels. These are the things. And for the convex mirror, why we use convex mirror in the vehicle? Because the image is always erect. Okay, that means if the image is in upward direction, object is upward direction, then image will be in upward direction. That's why it is always used in the convex mirror is always used in the vehicle. So convex mirror are used as the rear view mirrors in the vehicle. Convex mirror give erect diminished image objects. They also have a wider field of view than plane mirror. Okay, these are the application of concave mirror and convex mirror. And here are some questions asked based on this lecture. Okay, in previous year CBSE exam, so you can solve, and if you find any problem, then you can ask me by mail questionk7@gmail.com. In the next lecture, we will start our topic refraction. Okay, bye.